Welcome to our radio show, Life, Laughter, Kashrut. You're with myself, Joanne Levy, and Rabbi Pesach Steinberg. Welcome. So today we're talking about Rabbi Pesach and I being celebrities. We're going to be talking about Rosh Hashanah, and we're also going to be talking about me finding family in the UK through family traditions.
Are you setting the timer this week?
I've got it.
Are you sure we're all set this week?
We are all set this week. Look, you've reminded me about.
Yay.
Thank you for the reminder.
How are you?
You're a celebrity. Did you realise that in your own lunchbox?
Why am I a celebrity?
Yeah, you had a big feature article in the Australian Jewish News.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, when is your turn? I mean, first we had Tammy Grav from a few weeks ago, then it was me. Now it's your turn, surely.
No, I don't know. But then you're also being featured with St Kilda Synagogue with the Lunchtime Club this Thursday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's this Thursday. I've already done mine, but I did mine as...
put that in my calendar, I'll forget.
I've got it in my calendar. I'll be there. No, but I went as Joanne Dannon, not as Joanne Levy. I went as an author, not as me.
So, if anyone who's listening wants to take part in the St Kilda Shul Thursday Lunch Club, right, which takes place, I think it's at 11 or
11 o'clock. I will post the details on our Facebook page as well.
Excellent.
I'll be sharing it.
And it'll be a bit of an interactive session prior to everyone having their lunch or during everyone's lunch.
Yes.
With myself and Ronnie Figdor.
Yes.
He's going to be asking questions. How is he? Is he good at asking
fantastic.
questions?
Oh, he's great.
I feel like I'm put on the spot. No.
He's really good. He'll do a great job. Everyone was really nice. It was actually really fun to do. And the half an hour went by like that. It was like over really quickly. It was fantastic.
Okay, good.
So,
and the whole idea is for people to get some sort of benefit so they know something a bit more about our industry or the good work that we do.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be talking. Well, do you want to quickly tell everyone what you're going to be talking about? You're going to be talking about your
I'll be talking about the
embryo.
Did you call it the schlepping?
The egg schlepping.
My embryo schlepping. That's brilliant. Throughout the world. That's right. My last trip, which took in North America, United States and Canada, and then Ukraine, and then wonderful quarantine for 2 weeks in Sydney. How good was that? It was
where's your Shazam bracelet? Come on, Shazam. Where's
my bracelet? Everyone on radio needs to know I'm holding up my quarantine bracelet, which I'm wearing as a badge of honor, which is probably more about my being infamous for it.
What, is it going to stay on till it falls off?
I don't know. Maybe I'll take it off very carefully and frame it, and maybe in 100 years they'll say, "Oh, that's a quarantine bracelet. It's worth $1 million."
I think it'll be, that's a quarantine bracelet. Put it in the bin. So guess what? I'm also a celebrity.
What happened?
I got featured. I'm really excited about this. Now, I've got to take a step back because the thing is that I'm not one of these people who try to go into Instagram to be... what do they call it, an influencer, or to try and show off my fashion. I go on there as part of being an author and talking about my books, and I just happen to wear dresses. So it's not
Where is this on?
So I got featured on Instagram.
Which social, on Instagram?
And on the web on Review Australia. So I got picked. And
for your dresses or for your...
for my dresses. For my dresses.
Really?
I know. So I shared it with all my readers. I'm like, really? So you've got all these gorgeous women who go and doll themselves up, and I just basically stand at the mirror and just take a photo of myself. And I got featured. I was like so excited because
I will definitely testify to your bright dresses, your colourful dresses.
Yeah.
They're unique.
Yeah. See, look, wearing yellow today with a...
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
A little flash of colour, splash.
Yeah, well, it was pretty dreary this morning in Melbourne, so I thought I'd sort of brighten it up with yellow, and now the sun is shining, but that's okay.
I think that's well deserved. You know, because behind your back, we actually talk about your dresses.
I'm getting a bit worried now. So, but no, the thing is that you don't get it because you're a bloke, and so, like, I've got all these women who spend hours making themselves look beautiful and taking like 100 photos to get the right photo so they can get featured. And I literally just get ready in the morning, just like 5 a.m. I go snap a photo of myself, like literally one photo in front of the mirror, and they chose me. I'm like, really? Like,
so you submitted it, obviously.
No, I didn't. They just saw it on Instagram.
Oh,
and they just,
brilliant.
I know, that's why I'm so excited, because I don't promote myself as like a model or influencer or anything like that. I'm just an author. So I was pretty excited.
That's wonderful.
So, yeah. So anyway.
Good on you.
Yeah. So we're both celebrities now.
Do you know how many views it's had?
No, because it's just on the website, and then they shared it as a story on their main page. So I didn't even look. I don't even care. Like, I don't care.
Oh,
like, I don't even look
care.
at my... No, I don't. I don't even look at likes and stuff. Like, I don't care. It's not important anymore.
Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you. I was going for. I submitted an application to go on MasterChef.
Yeah, and
I was rejected.
Oh no!
I can't tell you how relieved and happy I was.
Oh, serious?
I went through 2 interviews.
Yeah.
One of them I was cooking on the barbecue, and then the other time I'd cooked. It was actually during quarantine.
Yeah.
I'd cooked a sweet and sour chicken dish.
Yum.
And I don't know what happened. Maybe they didn't like the dishes. Maybe I wasn't perky enough. Who knows?
You're
maybe
definitely
I didn't
perky
swear
enough. So yeah.
Maybe I didn't slip in enough swear words or whatever. I don't know what's on TV these days.
I don't know.
I didn't have an advisor, but I was
Maybe
rejected.
You need a fashion advisor, like one of these influencers or something. Oh, okay. So
Next time I'll ask you.
No, I got no idea. I don't know. I can only help you as far as dresses go. Everything else, you'll have to get a professional, I think. Oh, so we're going to talk about Rosh Hashanah. I got so much to talk to you about Rosh Hashanah, but I also wanted to say that you did an awesome job yesterday blowing the shofar. Honestly, that was so good. I was really impressed.
That was a big event yesterday for me because we did it twice outside my home.
Yes.
And once at the park. And hopefully the police aren't listening. But I'd say we got I reckon we had about 50 people at each session.
Amazing. But look, I wasn't there in the morning once because I was busy. But in the afternoon, there were a lot of people at the park. But everyone was doing everything right. Everyone was like in little cluster groups of their families. You could see that they were in families. Everyone was masked. Everyone was kind of doing the right thing.
I can't believe how many people were at the park yesterday.
Oh, it was packed. It's unbelievable.
I had no idea it would be like that.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if I would have actually gone down had I known the park would be like that.
But everyone was there for Tashlich. You should have. Yeah, it was packed. And then you allowed me. So thank you for allowing me to join you while you did.
Did you notice that? Nice. Did you notice as soon as I started blowing shofar, everyone in the vicinity just went silent?
Yes.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
And they stood up. I'm not even sure if it was all Jewish people.
No, they weren't. They were actually, because I had a quick look around, and there were some non-Jewish people who actually just stood and they just watched, and they didn't video. They just watched and showed respect.
one Jewish girl was videoing.
I don't want to say.
I asked him for the video, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I want to see it. Because, when I'm doing it, I'm completely zoned out.
I just thought it was kind of funny. Like, you're blowing on Rosh Hashanah and he's videoing you right up. I thought it was really funny. Sorry.
What can you do?
There were so many people. And everyone was really respectful when you were doing it. But I have to say, you did a really, really good job. It was good.
Normally you don't blow like that. To blow those blasts like that is quite abnormal. In shul, for example, you do, say, 10 blasts. And in between, and you take it generally a little bit slower, and you have a break in between each 10.
Yes.
So for sure, by the time it got to near the end to the Tekiah Gedola,
yes,
I was very much feeling the effects of it. My cheeks were giving out, my breath was giving out, my lips were giving out.
Couldn't tell. No, it was really good. You did a really good job. I couldn't tell. It was good.
Mind you, it wasn't a Sephardi version of shofar, so I apologise to you for that.
Okay, it's okay.
I wasn't promising Sephardi though.
It's okay. You did a really good job. It's still.
We told you that did you hear that the police came around to my house yesterday?
Yes, I heard. And my boys want to know exactly what you said. And I was like, well, I don't know what you said. I just said whatever it would have been. I'm sure you're respectful to the police and explained everything.
So someone did drive past and actually take a photo.
So rude.
Someone dobbed us in.
Dobbers.
And then it was shocking.
Dobbers.
and then my girls and I are davening more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And most people have dispersed. I'd say 80% of people have dispersed.
Yeah.
You can hardly stop people from talking in the street, you know.
No.
It's not such an easy thing. And police drove up and sat right outside the front of our house. And I beckoned them to come over because they were sitting just in the middle of the street in their car, just sitting there looking around what was going on. So I told them to come over. And they came over, and it was two lovely young girls. One was, I think it was Jo and, I've forgotten her other name, and Elise.
It's funny. It's like my name and almost like your daughter and your daughter's
Isn't
name.
that funny?
Yeah.
And they were really lovely girls, and they said, we're respectful of what's going on. We know what's going on today. So that they were completely in the know.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said, the beauty was, they said to me, we heard that you had a lot of people outside the front of your house, that there was a gathering.
Yes.
But we can clearly see that's not the case.
Oh.
Which was very nice of them.
That is very nice.
Yeah. And they said, are these all your girls? And I said, yeah, they're all my daughters. And I felt for sure that they were going to say, oh, you poor thing. And they asked, are these all your cars? And I said, yeah, they're all cheap. They must be mine.
Oh, that's funny.
An eventful day. An eventful Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, very interesting. I actually wanted to share something interesting that happened to me.
Hang on to that thought. We're going to go to a Jewish radio break.
Do a promo.
You're listening to J-Air, Jewish Australian Internet Radio. J-Air broadcasts to Caulfield and nearby suburbs on 87.8 FM, as well as streaming online at j-air, that's air.com.au.
So what are you going to
So
share?
I am going to tell you my quick story, but I'm just going to be mindful that in about 3 minutes we probably should play our first song. I don't know if it's Reichel or Reichel. I've played some of his songs before, and it was really funny. You know, I have to be honest, I don't like live versions of songs. I don't know about you, but I really don't like live versions. I always think that the song recorded in the studio sounds a lot better than when they release a live. But this is the exception. I've been listening to this song nonstop, and I like the live version better than the record. It's the only song I've ever found that I think that the live version is even better. And when you look at the film, the video clip, it was taken a few years ago, so people are not using their phones to record it. They're actually dancing away to Idan singing. It's really, really good.
It says a lot about the artist if they can if they can pull off a good job live.
But even my boyfriend, Michael Bublé, I still reckon his stuff is better in the studio.
I was wondering where that was going. My boyfriend, Michael Bublé, right? He's good live, isn't he?
He just does it. He is. I know, but I still prefer listening to his songs that are from the studio, not live.
Oh, okay. His name is Idan Reichel, right?
Reichel, yeah.
But I've got a suspicion that is... I'm not sure. I have to look it up. I suspect it might be a corruption of Rachel. Maybe. And it might be like a Yiddish kind of a Yiddish twist on Rachel, because Rachel is a lamb.
Right.
And I think that's where it's going with that, where that name kind of comes from.
I might need to check him out, but I do like his music. So actually we should go to it now, because now we've been talking about him for so long.
Okay.
So this song is Most of the Hours. It's Rob Hashaot. If I'm pronouncing it correctly, you'll probably do it better than me.
Yeah.
And this is his live version.
שנשארו היו מלאות אהבה, ורוב הימים שברחו לנו הייתה איתי והייתי איתה. ברוב השירים שעטפו את החדר הייתי כולי שערה, ומה שנותר לבסוף מהשבר ברוב המקרים נותרה שתיקה. ומות הבריחות ופרצי הזעם אני זוכר מה שבוע קרה, ברוב הרוחות בסופות הגשם בסוף היום חזרה. ברוב השירים את זוכרת פניה נוגעות לא נוגעות בדמעה של שתיקה, ברוב הדמעות השתתפות החדר כמו גוזר על חייה למות ומיתה. יש ימים שנשארו והם רבים והם שלה, ויש שעות שמלאות כולם בריח שלה, ברוב הזמן הייתה נשארת וזה לא הייתה בוכה, ואם זה כך ואם אחרת אני נשאר שלה. רוב השעות שנשארו היו מלאות אהבה, ורוב הימים שברחו לנו הייתה איתי והייתי איתה. ברוב השירים שעטפו את החדר הייתי כולי שערה, ומה שנותר לבסוף מהשבר ברוב המקרים נותרה שתיקה. אתם! יש ימים שנשארו והם רבים והם שלה, ויש שעות שמלאות כולן בריח שלה, ברוב הזמן הייתה נשארת וזה לא הייתה בוכה, ואם זה כך ואם אחרת אני נשאר שלה. הייתה איתי והייתי איתה.
Find us on Facebook. Just head to www.facebook.com/JAir Radio. That's 2 R's. JAir Radio.
JAir Radio. I
That was
forgot
very
to
good.
say that, yeah.
Did you notice everyone was singing along with him in the
Yes,
chorus?
that's it. That's why I love it so much. And they're all
think that's-
dancing.
Yeah, it definitely makes it very special.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
all know him so well.
Yeah, and that was done
Obviously.
about 6-7 years ago, that recording. So there are some newer ones, but I've actually watched all of them, and I just thought that was the best one. That's why I used that one. And I did
Very
listen to
good.
the recording that was done in the studio, but I still reckon that is like the best. It's just so, it just makes you just happy. It's such a, I
Okay.
don't know, I just really like
So
it.
Idan Rechel is your Israeli Michael Bublé.
No one will replace Michael. You know how much I love him. I even wrote a book about him, with him being a hero. But
Oh, really?
yeah.
Under his name?
No. I created a character who was like Michael Bublé.
What did he do? Did he sing in the
Yeah,
in the
sings and
story?
dances. Yeah. You know that. It's called
And-
Kissing Under the Spotlight, that book. It's like my most popular book. You know what was funny? It got
Why do I know
rejected. I'm sure I've told you. Anyway, this book got rejected by all the major publishers who said no one wants to read a book about a hero that sings and dances.
That's hilarious.
And it's my most popular book. It's like got the highest sales, highest page reads ever. Everyone loves it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should definitely have that made into a movie.
I wish I could make it into a movie. That would make me very
Maybe
happy.
he'd do it. Has Michael Bublé been in a movie?
I don't know,
Maybe
but he
his
does.
cameo.
He does his
Excellent.
own ads and stuff because he's got like a women's perfume and a men's aftershave, and yeah,
Mm.
he's a
Oh,
busy guy.
I'd say he's right for a movie.
He is.
There
He
you
is.
go.
Although, yeah.
Well, how is he a hero, by the way, in the story?
Well, he's the bloke, and he ends up with the heroine, so that's how he's the hero.
Does he actually save the day?
That's not how romances work.
Right, that's exactly where I'm going. It's not really a hero. He's the...
But the hero is the term that is used. No, not like as in a
Oh, is it?
rescuer. No. So you got the hero and heroine, as you know, with romance, and then they end up together at the end.
I thought it was
That's the
just like
definition.
male sex symbol.
You could say that. But no. So you wouldn't believe it. My dishwasher broke last week.
Really?
I know, it's so bad. I'm so upset.
Did you get a new one?
I actually ended up buying a new one because you can't get it repaired,
Congratulations.
and it's 20 years old. And the last time it was actually repaired about a year ago, and it cost me $300. And I thought, firstly, you can't get anyone to come and repair it, and I don't want to pay another $300. I'm getting a brand new one, a Bosch, for like just over $1,000 with free delivery, and they're going to install it.
Oh, so it hasn't arrived yet, but it's on its way.
Coming tomorrow.
So it's very strange because guess what?
What?
We also got a brand new dishwasher last week.
Oh, that's
How
exciting.
strange is that? What a coincidence.
Yeah. How come you got a new
Must be-
dishwasher?
Ours had been on the way out for a little while.
Yeah.
And then finally last week, I think
Died.
we'd all had enough. Yeah. It was just getting too bad.
Yeah, so I was pretty excited. So they're delivering it tomorrow. I'm very excited, installing it all. And I said, I'm in Melbourne. I just want to make sure you can still bring it in with all the restrictions. I went, yep. So in it comes tomorrow.
Excellent. And they're going to install it in
Yeah.
your own.
And they're
That's an
taking the
issue,
old
isn't
one,
it?
and they're
Like
taking the old one away. Everything. It's all free.
Oh, that's worth it.
I know. I did it all online. It's brilliant.
Ours was broken. We
Yeah.
put it on the front nature strip and someone's taken it.
Yeah.
Why
but
would you take a broken dishwasher?
Because someone can fix it. Some smart person.
they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure that someone can fix it. Like they're going to take my broken dishwasher and someone's going to fix it, and they're either going to sell it or do something with it, I'm sure.
There must be people driving the streets
Yeah.
looking for these sorts of things.
There
Quick,
are.
grab it.
There are. Can I tell you, every time in our street, people have got stuff on the lawn, there's always like vultures, people hoarding through everything.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So when we did a massive clean out before we did our renovations, I had a massive amount of stuff out on the front lawn. And before the council even got there, like it was like about 2/3 of it all went.
Yeah. My understanding
Yeah.
is that it's something like it's illegal.
It is illegal.
actually-
You're not allowed to take it. It's like how
What
rude
sort of
is that?
society do we live in?
I know,
where
it's
you
rude.
can't- when Simon or Harry get onto council,
Yeah,
that's something that we have to get changed.
I agree.
Idea
agree.
of making it illegal to take stuff off nature strips
Yeah,
is absurd.
I know, it's ridiculous. Anyway, how good is it that we've got normal people going for council?
I'm very excited that we have friends that
Yes.
actually have stood up. They've taken a democratic stand for themselves
Yeah.
and for us.
Yes.
And kol hakavod for kind of being in this society and
Yeah.
actually taking advantage of, all of the most amazing aspects of it, which is the democratic aspect.
Yeah, the
right?
Democrat, like it is, because they're so passionate in their beliefs that they're actually putting themselves up for election
Yeah.
to get onto the council and stand by the convictions.
Yeah, good on them.
Yeah,
And
good
I
on
hope
them.
I hope they both get in
Me too.
and make a big change to the powers that are there now.
I
that
can't vote
seem
for
to-
them though. They're not in my they're in my
Not in your
electorate.
award,
Yeah, not in my ward.
right?
Which
Well,
is
you
a
have to
shame.
get. Do you know who's in your ward?
Yes, and I found out who the person is who is against the cycling.
Who is for the cycling?
No, who doesn't want the cycle lane.
Oh, that's what we want. We want the
Yes.
person who
Yeah, so
doesn't
I found
want
out who it is, so then I can vote for that person.
it. Excellent. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Because we
yes.
don't want Inkerman Road turned into a bicycle path.
No, that's
just-
ridiculous. It's bad enough.
Don't
It's
they have
50
anything
Ks
better
anyway.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I still forget that it's 50 Ks. Like it's been 50 Ks for like a year. I still forget.
Crazy.
Anyway, so I've had something really funny to share with you. Not funny, haha. So with the Danone tradition for Rosh Hashanah, how I grew up is that we always had 3 vegetable omelets on the table with all the simonim as well. And you had to have 3 vegetables. You know, 3
vegetable
vegetables.
omelets.
Yeah, so we did
And the omelets have the simonim in them.
So you got the simonim, which is separate, and then you've got 3 vegetables, 1 vegetable below the ground, a vegetable on the ground, and above the ground. So the 3 vegetables that we use are leek, spinach, and zucchini. So we have 3 omelets, but we eat them as omelets. And that is on the table.
What's the omelet idea?
So basically,
because why?
I don't know. It's just something we've always done. And when I married Jacques, his family did exactly the same thing. So I just assumed that all other Sephardis did this. And then I found out that they don't. And so I've gone and asked a couple of Sephardi rabbis and they don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, okay, but we've been doing this for years and I don't know. So we've got the
Need
simonim.
someone from Alexandria.
So I'm on this new Facebook page, my new favourite Facebook page, which is Sephardi Recipe Swaps. Everyone's talking about their middle.
Oh,
so
excellent.
I feel very, very much at home. There's no kugel, there's no herring, there's no all the stuff I don't eat. It's not on there. So I'm really excited.
Have they made you the administrator of it yet? Are you the president of it yet?
No. And it was really funny. So this woman posts and she goes, I've just gone and made the 3 omelets. I'm like, oh my gosh, someone else has done the omelets. So I asked her where she was from because I wanted to know about her family background. Why is she making the 3 omelets the same as us? Anyway, she goes, it's actually my husband's family tradition. So anyway, he messaged me and it turns out that they're in the UK and his background is the same as, I don't think it's in there. But anyway, it turned out
if it's not in Claudia Roden's book,
it doesn't exist.
Then it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Go on.
So you wouldn't believe it. So anyway, I messaged him backwards and forwards last week, and it turns out that he is related to my mother-in-law. How funny! They live in the UK.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're related. Oh, was she? What was her maiden name?
So it's through the, I don't want to go into the details, but yeah, through the Vivante family, which is her family, who are in Israel. This family who are in the UK are related like cousins. So he gave me all the names and he said, this is his mum and his auntie and whatever. And Vivian, my mother-in-law, is going, oh yeah, I know them. And I'm like, amazing. I just connected with them. How funny is that?
And
the family name is Sassoon.
Jacques or Marcel wouldn't have known.
No.
Amazing.
And it's a Sassoon family as well. How funny is this? Not related, but how funny. Like this all happened. And I thought all through omelets. So I was pretty excited about this.
I don't understand.
Yes.
Would you mind just for like 30 seconds backtracking?
Yeah.
So you put an omelette.
Mm-hmm.
You make the omelette, obviously.
Yes.
And the omelette has what in it?
They're 3 omelets and each has a different vegetable in the omelette. This is in addition to the simonim. So you've got the simonim, that's on the side, okay? Yeah. Then you have 3 omelets and you have to have a piece of each omelette on each day of the Rosh Hashanah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, and what do you put inside the omelette?
Vegetable. So the first one is a spinach omelette, then you have a zucchini omelette, and you have a leek omelette.
So
they're very tasty, but
that sounds great.
Yeah.
Do you make the omelettes in a special way that is maybe a bit more Sephardi than normal?
No, they're quite plain. And I'm actually thinking about, I don't want my parents to hear this, but I'm almost tempted to break the tradition and make them into little patties. What?
Claudia Roden speaks about it.
Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
joking. It's in the Book of Jewish Food with Claudia Roden.
What page? I will look at it after we've done the
It's on page 454.
I'm writing it down.
I looked up It's called, I'm not sure if this is correct, Tavsponor, spinach omelette. And it says, spinach omelette is a common everyday dish in almost every Sephardi community. You find it served for light evening meals, late Saturday lunches and buffet parties and picnics. Its greenness, which symbolizes renewal, makes this a natural for Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah.
Wow.
How funny is that? I had no idea. I'll go read it up after.
That is amazing.
Unbelievable.
Wow. But it's just an ordinary spinach omelette.
Yeah, it's just spinach. Yeah. But I'm almost tempted to make them into little patties next year. Maybe put a bit of spices. My parents will kill me that I'm breaking tradition.
How amazing is that? So that was something that was done in the Sephardi communities. I like it.
Yeah.
I think we might take that into our traditions as well.
You should. So my dad's family has a Spanish background, and the guy that I spoke to in the UK, he also has that Spanish background. So that's where I think it came from. But that doesn't make sense with Jacques' family because they don't have the Spanish background. So I don't know. I've got to do a bit more research.
Last year, we made a whole lot of simanim.
Yeah.
I can't remember how we done it with, whether it was in a salad or maybe it was separate. I can't remember, but we had a whole lot of it left over in the fridge after Rosh Hashanah.
Yes.
And Rochelle actually made it together, put it all together, minced it all up.
Yes.
And made it into little pancakes, little
Yum.
Yeah, little latkes.
Cute. That's nice.
And they were awesome.
Yeah, yum. Yeah. Sounds good.
New traditions. Is that what you did, Rochelle? You made it into latkes, yeah?
Oh, the rest of the
simanim. Yeah, that's right.
Salad?
What?
Did you talk about simanim?
Oh, and we made an amazing simanim salad ourselves this year.
Awesome. That's what I do.
Did you make that? Or maybe you talked to Talia about it at all?
I may have, but doesn't matter.
It was concentric rings of different simanim.
Oh, and how nice.
So we each took kind of a scoopful and put it on our plate, and then we set all the simanim and all the yehiratzons for each of it on the scoop that was on our plate.
So I did that and I got told off, and so I had to reverse what I've been done. I know. So I've been told off that we're not allowed to do it. So what I did is I actually
What are you not allowed to do?
Because they didn't like it all mixed up. They said they wanted it all individually on their plate.
Ah, right.
I got told off.
So she made it in concentric rings.
Yes.
So actually when you scooped it off, it all came off kind of separately, which was clever.
Yeah, no, I made it as a sort of tossed salad with everything in it. And the other thing I did is that my auntie, God rest her soul, used to make the most amazing turkey. And I have no idea. I've never cooked a turkey. I cooked it for the first time in her memory.
Oh, how'd it go?
Yeah, good. It was good. And I put a date glaze on it as well. And I stuffed it with, with a date glaze. And then I used pomegranate and some nuts and everything on the inside.
Pomegranate and nuts on the inside.
Yeah, pistachio.
That would have been a very nice stuffing.
Yeah, it was really nice. So
was it a giant turkey?
It was pretty big, and I can't believe I got it from Continental. It was still frozen. I'm like, seriously? Anyway, it was cooked. It was done. I managed to defrost it, cook it in time. It was good, and I didn't get it that big. It was 5 kilos. It was still big. It's okay. So we still have
next song.
Yeah, so I was just thinking we need to do that because we've got so much other stuff to talk about.
All right.
So the reason I've chosen, it's a Syrian, I thought, we're sort of going through the high holy days, and this is quite spiritual, the song. I really enjoy listening to it. So that's why I chose it. It's very different to what we normally listen to. But I thought it was appropriate for this time.
Eli.
Yeah, so it's Rabbi Batsri. He's singing it. And I think it's beautiful. And I've listened to it so many times. And I just thought this is appropriate to listen to now.
Okay, here we go.
Thanks.
معادي شوف يا ديدي والعين سبية أنا اللي بروحي مع سيخة بالي بيا جابت تورتيخة أنا اللي بروحي مع سيخة بالي بيا جابت تورتيخة نسياني يا سياني لعبت أخياني نسياني يا سياني لعبت أخياني إلي يا إلي حن عليا يا إلي يا إلي لي بيحشاك لبت أخيلي لي بيحشاك لبت أخيلي نسياني يا سياني لعبت أخياني.
Enjoy listening to J-Air? Support us and become a member by visiting our website j-air.com.au.
We're back.
And we're back. So we're coming up to Yom Kippur. Do you know this is the anniversary of me falling backwards and breaking my foot last year?
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, it was Erev
How are
Yom
you?
Kippur.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I am, but you know, I actually still get pains in my foot where
Can you
the
remind me
break was.
what you did?
I fell backwards down some stairs.
Oh, were you under the influence?
No, it was Erev Yom Kippur and I was flustered. Jacques ended up having to go to hospital and everything was happening and I had to run the synagogue and get everything organized for the shul and just do everything, and I was flustered and I didn't pay attention to the steps and I turned and went flying backwards.
Poor thing. But you're all better
Terrible.
now.
Yeah. But I still actually, surprisingly, sometimes still get pains where the break was. So the reason I brought that up is that we don't know, we may or may not be on next week because we can't pre-record being Yom Kippur. And I don't know if we'll be allowed in the studio next week on Tuesday. So we'll see.
Yeah,
you never
who
know.
knows
We're
what-
down with
Who
the
knows what
restrictions.
Dictator Dan will tell us?
That's right. So talking about
Dictator
that.
George. I didn't say anything. Keep going. We didn't say anything.
So actually, I was going to say that I'm actually very passionate. I'm sure you've seen me very vocal on social media. I'm very upset about these stage 4 restrictions for dogs because dogs need to be groomed, not for cosmetic reasons. They actually need to be groomed for health reasons. And I've been twice to a vet to get an exemption to get Juddy groomed because he's very matted. He's got knots and he's very matted. And apparently, even though the vets agree he needs to be groomed under the legislation, he's not bad enough. He needs to start having skin torn and bleeding for him to be bad enough.
Oh,
Anyway,
stupid.
I took him now for the
Absolutely
third
stupid.
time and I said he needs to, and I showed where I'd cut off knots on his, you saw him, how matted he is. Anyway, I'm so upset. Turns out he's got a severe ear infection. It's really bad. His ear is all pussy. He's on antibiotics. And the whole reason he has the ear infection is because he hasn't been groomed.
That's
Because
interesting.
he's got a lot of hair around his ears because his part, it's a spoodle from the poodle side of him and not being groomed for so long because he hasn't been able to be groomed for eight weeks now. And now he has a severe ear infection.
Apparently things like buying dogs during lockdown has been huge.
It has.
So I can imagine vets, their business must have gone through the roof.
Well, you can't. So I had to actually see the vet outside. So I can't even go in. So they took Juddy in and checked on him. But I'm really upset. So it's now cost me a fortune because I've had to now pay for him to get antibiotics. He's got a very sore ear. He's been rubbing his ear a lot. And I thought it was from the hair, but it turns out he's got an ear infection, the poor boy.
Right.
So anyway,
Did he get a groom?
Not yet. But now he has an authorization to go and get a groom because
that's good.
the thing is that although it opens up next week, where I go to have a groomer, there is a wait list of 300 dogs.
300?
300 dogs are waiting, and that's just one groomer waiting to be groomed.
But so do all these dogs all have exemptions?
No, they don't, because the exemptions were so strict. So all these dogs all need to be groomed. Don't forget, they haven't been groomed for months. And the worst bit is all the groomers left Melbourne before the stage 4 started because
The groomers left.
they all
Melbourne.
left. They all went to different states so they could work.
It's a conspiracy.
No, it's true. It's true.
Wow.
It's true. So there's now a wait list of 300, but Juddy got to the top, thank goodness. All because he has an ear infection and because he's got knots and it's all tearing now and he's all so matted.
And could you have just bought a pair of clippers?
No. So a lot of people have been trying to groom their own dogs, but I didn't want to because a lot of people have accidentally been clipping their dogs and cutting them and they've ended up in surgery. And Juddy's wool, he needs to be shorn like a sheep. Yeah, he's like a little lamb. Didn't you see him? Looks like a little lamb at the moment.
Yeah, I hardly recognised him. I wasn't sure if that was your dog.
Can I tell you, I reckon he's going to look like he's lost about 5 kilos before and after the groom. I'll show you a before and after photo. So, it's coming up to Sukkot, and good news is I sold my sukkah. So now I have a nice big giant sukkah, and I got the stuff. Thank you to you, because you helped me organise it. So thank you.
Oh, you got that?
Yes, thank you. That was awesome. And, it's now coming up to the 1 year since I've seen my parents physically. Because
you haven't seen them for a year.
No, because of the COVID, I can't see them. So they were here in Melbourne. Remember, they were here for Sukkot.
Yeah.
And then because of everything, the world turning upside down, I haven't been able to go up and see them. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to go up to see them in Sydney. Wow. But as soon as I can, I'm driving up. I'm not even going to fly because I reckon after seeing what you went through with the flights and everything, I'm just worried. I'm going to drive.
So I did a trip up to the country this week.
Yes.
And visited our friends, the Franklins, up in the country.
Lovely.
On a care and compassion visit, and took them some food.
Beautiful.
So I was cleared by the police for that, so that was all fine.
Yes.
As in, all you have to do is rock up, and they're either expecting you to have a work exemption,
yes,
or they're being there for a legitimate reason.
Okay, so you have an exemption.
Right. So the exemption is care and compassion, as well as a food delivery.
Yeah.
Yep. And I also did a stint down at the winery again a few days ago as well. So thankfully,
going and having a drink at the winery.
We had a taste of the Chardonnay. It needed a little bit more tannin. We chucked in an extra bit of tannin, more oak.
You were doing that in the morning as well.
That's true.
That's true.
But it's certainly nice to get out. I tell you what, it's really good to get out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going and visiting the Franklins when I'm able to. Although I've got an exemption because with my charity status, I probably can. But
you could go.
I could go.
But I certainly, I'm not capable of completely empathizing with everyone who's been in lockdown for the last 7 weeks. Because I've been out and around. I've been driving out in the car and going to different countries, apart from the 2 weeks quarantine, which was terrible. I don't know. I'm not sure if I could have handled 7 weeks straight of lockdown.
Well, some people have. Single people have as well. It's been very difficult.
Very hard.
And you know a lot of the people as well. We're not talking about just old people. We're talking about a lot of people, and they are all struggling, and they're all going through a really, really difficult time.
Yeah.
So, I keep seeing people going, oh, maybe we should extend the restrictions. I'm like, no, we need to end them. So, so keeping in mind that we've just got a few more minutes left. I was just going to tell you something funny. I actually have one of my readers. I have a very good reader, and it's a bloke, and his name's Paul, and he reads all my books. Yeah.
Really?
His name's Paul. Yeah. He's such a nice guy.
Have you spoken to him?
No, he's in America. He's in New York.
Oh. So he's not stalking you or anything?
No, he's not stalking me. Anyway, he contacted me because a lot of my readers contacted me privately. And it turns out he's a retired clergyman. And over Rosh Hashanah, he's been helping all his Jewish neighbours, Zooming and doing a whole lot of stuff, like being like a Shabbos goy.
That sounds like a perfect subject for one of your books.
Yeah,
How good is that?
Yeah. Anyway, it turned out, and then he posted photos this morning of all the gifts he got from his Jewish neighbours for helping out. So he got honey cake and apples and honey and all this stuff just to say thank you because he's been helping everyone.
That's really lovely.
How nice is that?
Do you tell your readers about the radio program?
Yes, but I don't give them details because I don't want them to link me to me. So I just say that I'm on a radio program with my friend, but I don't tell them the name of it or I don't say any details because I like to keep my Joanne down and my Joanne Levy separate.
Did you hear a lot of people were on Zoom over Rosh Hashanah as well?
We're here. Yeah, I can't hear you. Just be careful.
Did you hear a lot of people have been on Zoom?
Yeah, a lot of people did that. Yeah.
And certainly...
I can't hear you. Sorry. You have to say it again.
Can't hear me?
No, just put your microphone up.
Hello?
Yeah, better.
Can you hear me? It's not that.
Okay.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, you're soft.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead, sorry.
It's just interesting that people were using Zoom for that purpose, and anyone who really needed it, like for their mental health, for their well-being, they certainly have my sympathy if they needed to use it.
I know a lot of people who were single were invited to Zoom dinners to make sure that they weren't feeling left out.
Yeah.
So keeping in mind, we just got 1 minute. I just wanted to share one last thing. We don't do apples and honey. And my challenge to you for next Shabbat, you do what the Danone tradition, which is warm challah, dip it in icing sugar, and you will thank me for that. It is amazing. It's better than apples and honey. Forget it.
All right. Maybe even to break because we're pre-recording today, maybe to break the fast, we might do it tonight.
You should.
Right.
But you got to use icing sugar, not caster sugar. Icing sugar.
So anything else in the last 40 seconds?
No, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. So anyway, we'll have to let our listeners know whether we're on next week or not, depending if we're pre-recording or if we can get into the studio because of Yom Kippur.
May Yom Kippur be meaningful to you and have a safe and happy fast, because it's not, Yom Kippur is generally taken maybe not with a negative connotation. Also think of it in a positive way as well. Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be hard also not being at synagogue and doing it at home, but we'll get there. It's okay. It's one day. It's all good. All the best. Anyway, have a good week ahead. You too.